Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sun-Dried Bunnies Podcast by myself, SolTheSeeker. Most people don't call me the Seeker anyway. It's just Sol.
Oh.
And of course, Death Violence.
Hey, yo.
There we go. Yes.
Oh, it's the opposite for me.
Yeah. Well, if I just do that, Death Violence.
There we go.
Yeah, fucking. There we go. Yeah. Yes, we are here every single week, talking to you fabulous people, talking to each other about absolute nonsense about our lives. And, more importantly, we always bring in a very special guest to join us, a fellow streamer that you get to know and that you will most certainly fall in love with.
Of course.
Yeah. Actually, when I first joined you, DV, when I first just came into your streams, you kept calling me SolTheSeeker.
Well, did I?
Yeah, you wouldn't even call me the.
Oh.
It wasn't like, oh, it's Sol.
I like SolTheSeeker.
So it was very unique. You were the only person to just call me Sol. Like, it was either hello SolTheSeeker or hello Sol, and I was like, yeah, that's fair enough. You were saying my name or you give me my nickname. But you were the only person that was like, SolTheSeeker, how you doing, SolTheSeeker?
I can't read. I'm doing my best.
I appreciate that you didn't read because it made me feel very special.
Okay. Do I need to start calling you that again?
Oh no, please don't. It was awful.
Okay.
Just Sol, please.
Okay, all right.
We will be joined this week by AtMidnightSun in just a little bit. If you are familiar with AtMidnightSun, you're already going to be over the moon and hyped for this. If you're not familiar with her, you are going to be very hyped, very excited to check her out after this stream. I'll tell you that now, after this podcast. I've just realised I've not changed my details. I'm still on Golf with Friends.
I mean, we could play golf.
Yeah,
I don't have a golf ball.
We could do that.
Or a putter.
Oh dear. Good job I caught that early. Where's Harley when I need her? What's going on?
Is this what you forgot earlier? When
That
we were
was
sitting here
it's genuinely the thing I forgot.
It
It was genuinely the thing I forgot. See, that's my problem for actually starting the stream 2 hours early, doing my own shit.
Damn, it's like you should start it at the
Ladies
beginning
and
of the
gentlemen,
stream.
if you're watching this live right now, this will not be in the final edit on YouTube.
Ooh, exclusive content.
Yeah. Oh dear. This is what we're all about. Can I can just see in my peripheral visions a big can has entered the screen.
Oh my god, why? I'm just trying to enjoy my day.
Little technique I taught there, Violets.
Yeah, I need to use it.
Yeah.
I haven't recorded again yet.
Yes, because in the week since you've actually launched your own YouTube channel. Have you not?
I do have my own YouTube channel now. It's got one video.
Yeah, that's well. So I got one video.
Yeah,
He's really selling it there.
Every Wednesday I'll be posting.
Oh, okay. You got a set date. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So as of right now, I am playing Limbo. So I got part 1 up. Part 2 is done. It's going to be posted on Wednesday. And I haven't played anymore, so I should probably do that.
It's fantastic. Limbo is a fantastic game. I played it recently on stream, which is the reason why I think you wanted to do it on YouTube, correct?
Well, no, I've had it sitting in my library for months, like at least since Christmas. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, when's the right time to play it? And then right when I was starting to think about playing it, coincidentally you played it, and I was like, well, damn, okay, now I'm gonna wait because I know we share a little bit of the audience, so I was just kind of like, I don't want to play it as same day you're playing it, and whatever.
Yeah,
so
no, I think that's fair. Yeah, I mean, it's a great game. Your YouTube, I've obviously, JD's probably posted the link in yours. Harley, we've got a multi-stream, by the way, and you can watch both of us at the same time if you're in both chats as well. Harley, hit my YouTube link. I'm getting in on this action link as well. I'm also on YouTube, but it's one of those growing things that's sort of I'm dropping videos there every now and then. It's no set pattern, but in the future it will kind of pick up. There's a lot of I don't save my VODs, so a lot of my content is from previous VODs, like my analysis stuff and stuff like that. which is pretty cool. And I'm looking forward to seeing your stuff. I've already had a bit of a preview of the second episode.
You did. I was having technical problems, so I asked you to help me edit.
Yes, but I taught you a technique, because that's what I brought it on here. If you want to line up your audio and your video, best thing to do, you might have seen it in films where they have the clapper. Just clap your hands and then line them up before you make your edits. There you go. Yes, learning. Yeah. It works. It really does work. But apart from that, how else has your week been, Deaf Violets?
Good. I mean, nothing too exciting. I got a job.
Got a job?
I guess that could be kind of exciting. I work fast food now. Yeah. So I start later in this week, so that'll be interesting. You're nervous? Are you looking forward to it? Oh, but it's like I'm nervous, but I'm not. Like, I've done customer service for years now, so I'm used to that part. I haven't worked food, though. And I know I'm going to have to stand outside a lot, so that's going to kind of suck.
Wait, where are you working? Where are you working?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Oh, well, I'm not familiar with the place. You don't have it over here, I don't believe.
So it's like a chicken fast food place.
I thought it was for turkeys.
It's really good. I eat there all the time. But they have, like, the drive-thru, like, where you pull up and it has the box and you order out of the box. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, they did it before pandemic, but it really picked up after the pandemic of having people standing outside to take your order with, like, iPads and stuff.
I gotcha. Right. Oh, that's quite a clever maneuver. Yeah.
So they're able to, like, get the line out super quick. Like, I've never been to a fast food place that gets people out quicker. So they do a really good job. They're a really well-managed team. So that was kind of like, well, if I'm going to work fast food, I might as well be somewhere where it looks like they care about their crew.
I think the quickest fast food restaurant would probably be where you go to open the door to go in and a burger hits you in the face and knocks you back out of the building. Cool. Yeah. And if you're lucky,
that'd be cool.
If you walk in with a mouth open, you might be able to just catch it in your mouth.
Hey.
Make it a revolving door.
Event.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's like a thing at, like, some fairs and stuff, or like at tailgating parties and stuff. They'll have hot dog throwing things.
Really?
So they'll, like, throw a hot dog and you try to catch it. Yeah.
You go to some weird places, I know that much.
I've never been there. I just know it's a thing.
I don't know. You know a bit too much about it, I think. Catching hot dogs in your mouth. What the bloody hell? I've had the most weird week. In that nothing happened. No, that's normal to be fair. No, it's just been a bit weird. It's been up and down. There's just some odd stuff, like, I've been trying to stream a bit more, and trying to change up some of the games I play. I'm playing Control at the moment, which is a third-person shooter, which is very unfamiliar with me. Boot Dip was just our guest last week, by the way. Boot Dip was he was very excited. At the same time, very confused, because it's like, well, you're the puzzle guy game. You're the guy that, if someone gets stuck on a game, that's a soul game. It's like, oh, that's fair enough.
I can see that.
I mean, I just like deep, rich narratives and stories. So I like your shirt. Take it off. You like it so much, you want me to get rid of it, Boot. I'll show off. You're
gonna mail it to him? Don't wash it. Just take it off and ship it to Boot.
Headbang. Damn right. But I'm not bloody taking it off. What are you talking about? Anyway, my week's been beautiful.
Yeah.
No, it's been fantastic. You got a job. You've been a bum for a while. You're not going to be a bum no longer. So that's a shame. Going to lose that title.
Sucks. Yeah. I know. I can still dress like a bum, though.
Yeah, I know you are now.
Yeah.
I don't know what one is. A bum over here is your ass. So it's...
Oh, homeless person.
Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, because over here, that's an arse. So when you call them a bum...
We call butts bums too, but not as often as you guys probably do.
Derriere. That's a good word.
Derriere.
Yeah.
I think bum is usually used more so as, like, you're lazy and you don't do any, like.
Okay. Yeah. We have
bum.
Especially bum. It's
Not a bomb.
Bomb. Bomb bag. Me and bum bag.
Bum bag.
Yeah, that's what we call them. You call them fanny packs.
Oh, like
yeah.
how she put right here?
Yeah, for a moment there, I thought she had one on.
Oh no!
I thought she was going to what like this.
Yeah, I wear it while I'm at my desk.
Yeah, a bit on. Most people keep their money under their mattress. You have your fanny pack all the time.
Yeah, that way if someone tries to rob me, they gotta get it off my dead body.
So basically just kidnap you. Basically, you are a walking wallet.
Exactly.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've had a fantastic week, I think, and last episode with Boot Dip was fantastic. But
a lot of fun.
I think we can all agree, and Boot will agree, that he must move out the way and be forgotten in time.
Get out of the way, Boot.
Because we are about to be joined, ladies and gentlemen, by the incredible, wonderful, cat-like reflexes of the one, the only, AtMidnightSun. That's your cue.
Cool.
There we go.
That's your cue.
That's your cue.
You got your thing back.
You got the what back?
The background.
What are you talking about?
She didn't have the background earlier. She stole it.
I can't see it. Hold on. Oh, there you are.
I see it.
I
can't hear you though, Midnight.
How'd you see that before me? That's a bit weird.
Hello.
Hello, there we are. Yes, you're here. Yeah, fantastic. And you did get your background back. Yes, well done. When did you steal that from Numa, did you?
I was like, I need this mic.
Yeah, I'm more important than you. No, fantastic. How are you, Midnight? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It's fantastic for you to join us here for our third episode of the Sun-Dried Bunnies Podcast. Are you excited to be here?
Yes, of course. I'm so glad you guys. Thank you so much again for
absolutely. I was hoping banking on you saying no then, just for the novelty.
Maybe one of these days someone will say no.
Yeah, maybe, perhaps. So, for anyone who is not familiar with you, Midnight, can you tell us in the most amazing and bombastic manner who you are?
Okay, well, some people know me as Daddy. Some people know me as a cat girl. I stream a lot of different types of games, like horror. I mix it up every now and then, either horror or like puzzle games and that kind of thing. And I'm a florist by day and a streamer by night. And that's
Yeah.
Florist, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's almost like a superhero there. Florist by day, streamer by night. By day, I'm arranging flowers in my lovely flower shop, but by night, I become flower power girl.
No, cat daddy.
Cat daddy, yes, very much
Cat
so.
daddy.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
Sorry.
So, yes, there's a lot to unpack there, because Midnight, you have created quite the... you've become quite the entity. I don't know if that's the best word for it, but the entity. There is so much to you, so many layers to you, which is fantastic. And I discovered Midnight when I first arrived here on Twitch. I was researching Bioshock. This is going to be often the case with many people we bring on here, I think, because I met a lot of these people very early on. And you were playing Bioshock, fortunately, and I stopped by, and you were a very different individual then, Midnight.
Yeah, definitely.
Only a few months ago, but it's fantastic that there is that difference. You were a very dark individual. Is that fair to say?
Well, I guess.
Yeah. You had dark hair. You wore very dark clothes. Your lighting was rather dark in general, I find. But you engaged with me, so I stuck around. And I kept coming back. You're fantastic, and very similar to Death Pilots. I found you playing one of the games I was researching, but when I came back, you were doing different things. You weren't just playing games. You were you were a very talented artist. You are a very talented artist. And it should be known for anyone who doesn't know that all my emotes have been wonderfully designed by @MidnightSun. Out the graciousness of her heart, and she's been doing that for many others in the community, including my mod Harley, who's in the chat right now. All her emotes exactly the same. I believe you've done some for Narisso and many others in the community, and we thank you very much for doing that. It's very grateful. I know it's a service you provide as well, but that you're very talented, and we had to, you're one of the go-to people in the community for that kind of thing because you have such a very unique and talented art style.
Thank you.
So I'd like to ask you first how you got into streaming. To be honest with you, I don't think I actually know why you got into streaming.
Well, it started because Numa wanted to stream, and he was having a hard time getting into it. So I was like, okay, well, what if I did kind of a conversation with him to start off to get him started? And then he really enjoyed that. And then I said, oh, well, I used to do YouTube long time ago, and I never picked up on it. So I'm like, why don't I try doing some streaming? And then I kind of never left. I kind of just continued because I enjoyed being with people in the community and just being my silly self while doing my streams. So it was mostly to help Numa at first, and then I enjoyed it, so I stuck around.
No, that's fantastic. Do you think that streaming sort of has had quite an impact on your life?
Yeah, I created a lot of normally I'm someone who sticks more to myself. I'm very introverted, so being on screen got me to be more social and meet new friends and meet new people, and this big community is all because of streaming and the interactions that we made. And it has impacted a lot. And sometimes I always feel guilty when I don't stream, and I always feel I have to be there,
Yeah. Almost feel like you're obligated in some manner.
Well, not obligated, but it's just I want to be there for my peeps,
Yeah. So it's more of a want than anything else. Gotcha. Yeah. Absolutely. It's not I have to, it's I want to.
No.
Yeah. Excellent. And that's a fantastic mentality to have, to be honest with you, because if that want goes, then obviously there's got to be a little bit of a problem there. So the fact that you have that, I think it's a good thing. It's good guilt. Is there such thing? Is there such thing? It's good guilt. Just shows how much you care about the community. When you first started, you said it was to help Numa. So, and you, how quickly did you start to see growth?
Well, I feel it took some time because I had to understand, what games to play and what people want to watch, or what I should be saying. It took a while to just start talking to yourself, because you don't normally, I don't know, having those conversations when there's nobody in chat. So, I feel it's slow. It was a slow process, and then all of a sudden it just spiked. But I continue to always inform myself on what I should be doing. I'm always looking at YouTube videos or other streamers to get more of how to stream.
Okay.
I still feel I'm in that bubble of wanting to learn. I need to learn more to get there.
That's really interesting. Really interesting approach, because I've often approached it through osmosis. I believe that's the word. So I watch other small streamers. I don't watch big streamers. I don't watch YouTubers. I just watch other small streamers, and I sort of adapt and learn from them. So it becomes more natural, rather than me going, oh, I want to learn this. It almost seems like I sort of embody those aspects that I kind of see as quite good and worthwhile, and then they sort of just come through on stream. But it's interesting to see that approach. Do you still do that, or did you do that back in the day, and now you've sort of got yourself established in a way, or do you still try to quote better yourself?
I feel it's a bit of both, looking at smaller streamers and also looking at the bigger streamers, seeing what they're doing or what they recommend. There's usually one YouTuber / streamer that I like going to, because he's very interactive and very with his community. So I usually watch his videos because he has a bunch of videos about that. So every now and then, if there's something that he makes on YouTube that I find interesting, I might watch it. And usually I find it helpful just to get like a general idea of like how can I continue to grow and be better for my chat and be more interactive with my chat.
Who is
too with sorry.
I was just saying, who is that
with like
influence?
looking. Oh yeah.
Who was that person?
Oh, sorry. His name is Elijah. I think it's on YouTube. It's the Stream Scheme.
A stream
I think
okay.
it's called on YouTube. I can link it to you after.
No, that's great. Yeah, because then it'd be good to see where your influence actually comes from. I'm sorry, DV. Carry on.
So I think it's like on one hand, I can see the benefit of like looking at smaller streamers or other streamers in general just to get a concept. But also something that you don't get from watching streamers is the behind the scenes. And I think by watching like YouTube videos and stuff, especially when they're like, hey, look, this is the program I use. And like, these are all the things you have to think about. Because there was so much to streaming that I think most people don't think about.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see the benefit of also looking at like YouTube and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned something about when you're quite when it's quite early on. There's not really maybe one or two people in the chat, but you've got to get used to talking without because it's a good technique. And I remember saying to other people who were starting out, and remember I was new to it as well, but it was quite a big can. I was saying to them that you've just got to keep talking, talk to yourself, because when people come in, even if they're lurking and not necessarily in the chat, they're going to want to see what you're like. They want to see if you're worth the investment. So they want to see what kind of energy you bring. So if you're talking and you're communicating, and a little bit later we're going to see something to that effect, and I'll talk about that a little bit further. But DV, I wanted to actually ask you, because you're starting this new YouTube channel, obviously there's no audience there. Are you finding that rather difficult?
It was weird at first. I mean, I will say I very much so talk to myself a lot in general. I'm just kind of I think out loud a lot. But I think because I started with streaming and now I'm moving to YouTube, I know even better how to talk to myself, like while going through a video game, or like how to make comments on things. Yeah. So I think the streaming aspect is helping the solo dialogue. And two, what's nice about YouTube is, if there's like a portion where either I get stuck or there's a portion where like I can't say anything or like I'm really focused, I can kind of edit it so it's not so dull. So there's like, the movie magic that you can do, where streaming, like people have to sit through that.
They do.
Yeah. So
they do. And sometimes that can be quite fun. It can be quite fun, but it depends on the level of challenge. If it's like I'm stuck on a puzzle and I've got to work this out, give me a minute while I get my notebook out.
Right.
That could be, because you don't want to be backseated too much at the same time. So it can get a bit frustrating. But then if it's like an action game, people might be able to get behind you and give you the energy to kind of keep going. So there's a reason why certain games do much better than others, I suppose.
Yes.
Right. Which is annoying for me, because I love my bloody puzzle games. But I don't need pen and paper. I work them out in my mind instantly. I'm fantastic. Yeah.
Smart boy.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Yes. So yeah, you've mentioned him several times. Numagai is a fellow streamer and your partner, a fantastic individual with a great beard. So my question for you is: have you ever thought about growing a beard?
No, but chat has asked me at one time. I remember they're like, "Why don't you beard and wear it as like a channel play?"
And then they saw the amalgamation I presented you with just a few weeks ago, and they were like, "Scrap." Yes, so you mentioned you stream a lot of horror titles, which is what you were pretty much known for when I first started watching your content. But that did sort of transition a bit. You started to experiment with a lot of indie titles as well.
Yeah. Like I know. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, have you found that to be worthwhile to expand that kind of genre?
Well, I know because also in our community, there is a lot of like devs, right? So there's a lot of game devs. So I wanted to kind of like go in and start looking at like the indie games. And I know it's not something that gets a lot of views, but I find it's interesting to play and learn and see what I'm missing out on. So like recently, I think Faith it was like I know it's not someone not someone in our Discord who made it, but at the same time, it's just like getting into that really minimalistic horror, and it still like affects me as much as like a horror, like a full-fledged horror game. I'm like, okay, I want to look at more. I want to look more into that.
It's fantastic. In fact, I'm actually going to be playing Outlast after the stream tonight in honor of you. I am, which is quite a big deal because it's as much as you do like playing horror, there is certain things you don't like about it, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I couldn't, to be honest, I couldn't play Outlast 2. It was just a little bit too much. I was like, no, thank you. Yeah. Because I don't know, I feel like it's one thing to have like jump scare and like, the eerie story or psychological horror. But then I feel like Outlast 2, for me personally, is just very like shock factor, and they're touch a little bit too much on subjects that I didn't really want to sit through and watch. So I was like, okay, that's where I draw the line.
Outlast 2 has a lot of religious themes, I believe.
Religious themes, but also like big rape things. And I was like, I was like, I don't want to play that. I don't want to play that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because horror is something that DV cannot abide by. There is the infamous Alien Isolation stream.
We still haven't finished that.
No, I don't think you ever will you? Which is a great segue, actually, because Midnight's got a bit of a reputation of her own, haven't you?
What?
Scandalous.
Oh, no.
No, Midnight is notorious for never finishing games.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never realized that.
As soon as I don't like something or I get bored in something, I'm like, okay. And then I switch out.
Yeah.
I get that. That's kind of fair.
Yeah, I think that I get it as well. I get it. I was talking with Boot about this. It's like because I played Control, and he was like, "Yeah, I played it, and I got to a certain point, but then something new came out." And I was like, "Yeah, that's great. That happens." But when you've got an audience, the audience say, "Hey, when are you playing that again? Hey, when are you going to finish this?" So you're constantly reminded. You're like, "I want to enjoy this, right?" Go away.
Like now that I got a better like graphics card, I'm slowly starting to bring some games back that I didn't finish. So slowly, but I can't say for everything.
Oh no, you know what that means? She's gonna play Vampire again from the beginning.
Oh no! No, maybe not. Maybe not.
How many times did you start that game?
Twice.
Oh, it was twice. It seems like a lot more.
No, it's just twice.
It's fantastic, but it's amazing to see you actually go through the same process twice. You literally, it was like the same stream. She played it. I'm really enthusiastic about it. I play it to a certain point. I'm done.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm done. And it looks like I'm going to do it again.
I don't know why, but that game really pissed me off with how many doors in that game that are locked. And I'm like, every time I see a locked door now, I'm like, door.
never played the old Silent Hill games. You're looking at maps full of doors that are locked, and you've got to check every one to see which ones you can go in and which ones you can't. This lock appears to be broken. This lock appears to be broken. There is something blocking this door. There is something blocking this door. Yeah.
You might as well just not put the door.
Yeah.
Exactly. What's the point?
Aesthetic atmosphere.
Oh no!
Everyone loves doors. It'll make you unhinged. Yeah. Because so you do occasionally finish games, which is quite great to see. But you also venture into other aspects, like I said, not just horror, but indie game titles as well. And those you tend to complete a bit more. And there is one aspect of gaming that you I don't know if you still do. I haven't seen you do them in a while, but they are the kind of text-based adventure games. What would you call them?
Yeah.
Visual novels.
Yeah, yeah.
visual
I used to
novels.
do a lot of those. I used to do a lot of those in the beginning, but I feel like I don't do as much as before. Like I used to do like a lot of like dating sims for fun because some of them are really silly.
Dating sims. I think we know where this one's gonna go.
No, but there was just one game that I played. I think it was Haofu or something where you date like pigeons or whatever. It was really weird. But I couldn't, like, I didn't like it. I hated it. Kat loved it.
Hateful Boyfriend. Hateful Boyfriend. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, pigeon game. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just too much.
Dee eyes are lighting up here. She wants to play
like it.
Played the Colonel Sanders one, the KFC one. That one's really funny. I played with some of my friends.
I beg your pardon? It was a KFC one.
Yeah, it's like him going to culinary school.
It's fun. It's very fun. That's what got me to play more dating sims. I'm like, okay, this is really fun. I'm gonna try to stream more. But
we did a it was just like in Discord. I didn't stream it or anything, but like a group of our friends one person was playing it and he like shared screened it, and each of us had a character, so we would read the character scripts and stuff. It was so funny. It was very funny.
Big can. And so
sorry.
Getting on to that, there is a certain stream that I don't think me or Midnight will ever forget. And I believe it was tied to Valentine's Day, was it?
Yes.
It was Valentine's Day.
It was.
We were playing I say we. Because I was certainly playing with something that night. Midnight was playing a game. Do you remember what it was called, Midnight?
Super Seducer?
Super Seducer. But there was also another game as well, which was a dating sim. Do you recall?
Dream Daddy?
Dream Daddy.
No, is it?
Was it Dream Daddy? It was. I think it was Dream Daddy. Yes, I think it was both of them because you played one and then we finished one and then we moved on to Super Seducer at my suggestion.
Yeah. So okay. And then it was Dream Daddy.
Yeah, little recognition there. So we played Dream Daddy, in which it's a dating sim visual novel in which you live on this neighborhood and you get to meet and greet and date and with a bunch of dads in the neighborhood, and I had a lot of fun picking apart each one, scrutinizing them, and falling in love for the first time with the coolest dude on the block. And let's just say that conversation was mature only. Never has Midnight been hit with so much filth. And not only that, when she was done with that game, I introduced us a Super Seducer. Are you familiar with this, Stevie?
No.
Okay. It's a FMV game, so it's like a full motion. It's like cinematic, and it's about this guy giving you dating tips. So he'll perform a scenario, and you get to pick options on what you believe is the correct course of action, and he'll rate you and berate you on it if you are correct or not. And we're going to be seeing a clip of that a little bit later on. But it was a roller coaster of a night. I'm sure you'll agree, Midnight.
Yes. I kind of wanted to punch that guy in the face.
Yeah. He's quite obnoxious, let's just say that. But that whole event was fantastic. And that's something, and the reason I bring it up is because you do these fantastic, not only community events, but you do these great themed events as well. Can you tell us a bit more about your themed events?
So some of the very first themed event that I did was emo night.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I dressed up with makeup. We had a bunch of music going on in the Discord. It was fun. And then I'm like, why don't we do more? So I had a cozy night. There was I'm trying to remember now, vampire night, Neko night, which is cat girl night. And depending on for Valentine's Day, because it was a Valentine's Day weekend or that month, I was like, okay, why not do something for Valentine's Day? So we played those dating games and that kind of thing.
You have a wheel, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So you actually got a hell of a lot lined up for the future as well, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think I might be eventually. I think I might like switch out, like, because eventually we haven't done the wheel in a bit. I've been doing some like channel point redemption. No, not channel point. Community redemption for a specific event instead of the wheel. But it's still there, and we're still bringing that back up. So on the wheel, there's like all the different themes.
Yeah, I mean it's very innovative, and it was actually the big influence behind Solfest. To be honest with you. It was the very first time you did one of these events was just fabulous. The way you crafted something very special for your stream. I remember Cozy Night in particular. You built a pillow fort. You had you had stars on the top of your kind of overhead makeshift roof, and each one had the names of your VIPs and the people who were very special to you in the stream. And it was a fantastic night. People get really excited for them, and that sort of hype and that sort of event was what I wanted to kind of replicate. Which is why I obviously included you in the event as well, because you mean so much to me and a big influence on me, and you're a fantastic streamer. And this is the kind of thing, like you play a great variety of games. You do these fantastic nights, these special nights, community events. Just generally, you do community events every couple of weeks, which are fantastic. You introduced me to Gartic Phone, which I've been playing myself on stream the last couple of Sol days. It's awesome. But you're also a very talented artist as well, and I have to say that being here to have above me both Midnight and Death Violets, the two greatest artists I've ever seen in my life. To be fair, that's a very small window.
She's better than me. Go follow her.
Do the cross. You've got to do the cross. You've got to do the cross over there. No, you're both very talented. You both do very, and you're also very different in your styles as well. So I think that's what makes you both very unique. And I'm very grateful to stumble across both of you. I've said this before with Death Lights, because I found you playing video games that I liked, and the next time I came back, you were drawing Midnight. You were sculpting some kind of weird, freakish rabbit, Death Lights. And I was like, this is fantastic. Like, I was new to Twitch. This is all new to me. This is great exposure to such a great platform and what it can provide and what it can do. And like I say, your community nights, again, just a great showcase of what can be achieved on this platform. It's not just people playing video games. It isn't. It's communal, and they could be crafted in many different ways. But Midnight, what is your artistry? What is your background when it comes to your artistic merit?
Well, I used to do a lot of drawing, like on my own, like growing up, and then I tried going to school for it. It didn't really work out. So I did private classes, and then I kind of kept drawing like on and off. So I used to have a lot of friends that were concept artists, but their mentality of like drawing is like you have to push out as much art as much as possible as fast as you can. So it's a different field, and then I tried doing like some fine art, but again, it was kind of like in and out of the art field. And then I'm like, I did a little bit of everything. I did drawing, and then I did photography, and then I did like a whole bunch of that kind of background stuff. So yeah, and then for art, I just kind of ended up, since school didn't work, I just continued to like draw on my own and do my own things.
Yeah, no,
I focus more with like human forms and stuff like that, though, like very illustrative. You're kind of more in the illustration perspective.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Like I used to go to like live model sessions, and I feel like that helped a lot. And then afterwards, I still do like more like you said, illustration, cartoony, but like realistic-ish kind of drawing. Stylized. Yeah, stylized. There you go. Yeah, exactly.
You do those fantastic pin-ups of, and you've done them with many different individuals. I'll always remember asking. I think I've only ever redeemed one on your channel, which was for Numa, as a pin-up girl holding a fish. And that image is ingrained in my mind forevermore. It's fantastic. And it was an honour, actually, because I never wanted myself depicted at all. I was really hoping no one ever redeemed or asked for it, and they didn't. I was really grateful because we actually got to draw me at Solfest, which was a great culmination of that. Cool. Mine looked like the Iron Giant, apparently. But nevertheless. But yes, no, you're such a very talented artist, but you're also a florist. Is that the correct term?
Yes. Yes.
And I remember you actually did a flower arranging on stream once as well, which I found so soothing and relaxing, and it was very alien to me. But I found it so fascinating at all. I found it so fascinating. It was I can't speak. I'm so mesmerised. I can't even speak just thinking about it. But yes, tell us about your history of flowers and your because you are a florist by day after all.
Since art didn't work out, I'm like, okay, well, I need to kind of like find something to do, and I still wanted to like work with my hands and do something artistic. So I took a course, kind of like vocational studies, and I did a course in flowers, and then I worked for 3 years as a florist in shops, so going to school and doing that as well. And then I started doing my own little flower business, and then I thought it would be cool to like show it on stream a little bit every now and then.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be nice to do that.
So you own your business. You're not like working. Someone down the block or whatever.
No, not at the moment. No, at the moment I was doing my own little flower business. It's tough, especially because of like the pandemic and all that. It kind of caused a lot of issues, setbacks. But it was fun to start and take a leap into doing that.
Yeah. So and I'm sure too, there's a certain amount of like enjoyment of being your own boss and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
making your own schedule.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the dream, DV, isn't it?
It really is.
She's envious there. You can see it seeping out. The envy.
No, I just got a fast food job. Working early in the morning.
I feel it too. I'm still painfully going through my job every week, every day pretty much. Just thinking, I know that if I just didn't have this job, I could sleep better. I'd probably feel much better about myself. I could get up and I could make my plan for the day and make it actually probably more productive than just being constantly having to go to this place and do this job, hurt myself, and just so I can get by. That is the dream, to just cut that out. We got to sacrifice it now, though, to get that later on, right? I suppose that's the ideal.
Ideally, hopefully.
Yeah, that is the ideal. We ask every week for our guests, whoever it is, to come in and show us something personal to them, or just something novel that they wish to share with us. And I believe, Midnight, you have got something very special. I can't wait to see it.
Yes. Well, I thought it because people that know me, they know that I like anime, and I'm really big into like anime figures, and I used to collect a lot. So like one of the very first figures that I got was I don't know if it's gonna show up very well, but it's an L figure from Death Note. And the thing is, I wanted to show this figure is because now Nendroids, okay, they're super cute. There's a bunch of them. You can find like almost any character in them, but my gosh, they are expensive, and you can breathe on it and it'll fall apart.
Oh wow!
So okay, I'm gonna take it out of the box, but
oh my god! It's exclusive.
No,
Hold your breath.
The thing is,
what should she devalue it?
I've had this figure for a long time, and it was difficult to find because it's one of the older ones. So I was excited to take it out of the box when I first got it because, oh my god, it's an L figure, super cool, and it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare because, okay, he's broken, but his head, this is his head. Look how big his head is.
It's almost kind of like a pop figure, kind of, sort of.
Kinda, yeah. Like, and I have an L figure as a pop as well, and I found I should have just got this to begin with.
Oh right.
So this is really heavy. This is pretty heavy, and his body
feel the weight from
this.
Here. Yeah.
So there is a little, well, it's broken now, but there's like a little plastic pin, like about this big inside, that holds the head and the body together.
I remember this. So, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's stuck. Well, it doesn't zoom. The camera doesn't focus, but it's broken. It broke twice.
Oh.
But then Oh, here we go. I'll show you. If I can get this out. It kind of looks like this. The little pin
there we go. Yeah, I could show you. Yeah.
To stick in the figure. So I was obsessed with these. I bought so many of them, of different figures. Like there was a time where I spent like $500 just on figures. Yeah. As many years ago. And then I ended up selling most of them. Yeah. I ended up selling most of them because I was just buying figures for like different pieces and parts and stuff. Because you can change out the faces and you can change out the body.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Like Lego.
Like Lego. Yeah,
I've got no real frame of reference. That's all I could go with.
And then I was like, what am I doing? I'm buying these figures that are super expensive, that I'm opening the box for, that they have no value after I open them. And I just decided to like not buy anymore. But I still have a bunch of them, like these ones that are not even open.
Hey, is that Yuri on Ice?
Yes, it is. I also have Victor as well.
Oh, very good.
I have no idea what any of this is. Now, Death Note, I've never seen it. I don't really know anything about it. No, I really don't know. Now, it's something to do with a book you can write in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that's it.
Okay, there's a lot more.
It's a lot more than that.
It sounds something exciting about death and notes, really. But yeah. I think there was a bad film about it. Is that right? Sold My Heart, says Harley. Harley, I'm no interest in anime. I saw the very first Pokemon series back in the 90s. It hurt my eyes. I had a headache for a fortnight. Right, I had to go and lay down. I never saw anime again until the Castlevania series on Netflix. That was fantastic. But just generally never really seen it.
You should try Death Note. Death Note's a good gateway anime.
Yeah, sure.
It's a very good gateway anime.
Yeah. I was I haven't finished watching it, but I was gonna suggest Ergo Proxy to Soul because it's more philosophical. But I don't know if you'd like it though.
Oh, well, that's how I'm a very fickle individual.
It's kind of Blade Runner-esque, philosophical kind of thing.
What was it called? What was it called?
I'm gonna write it in chat. Ergo.
I'll write down Death Note. I think I can remember that one. And the other one was
Ergo Proxy.
Ergo. I can't make just write proper names. Proxy.
Church proper to them.
I don't know. Just call it something like default. Ergo Proxy. Default. That's the best I could do. Yes. Thank you for the recommendation. So I appreciate it very much. But I was actually a bit surprised because I really thought when the show and tell was great. I'm actually pleased it wasn't what I thought you were going to bring out because you are. Yeah. Don't worry. No, I don't mean like that. Well, sort of because I thought you were going to grab your big, hard, long jingle stick.
Oh.
Because you are.
Preference, so it's hard.
You should see this thing. It's like it's.
I've seen it like in your streams and stuff before.
Look at that! Look at that thing. No, you're a tourist for the jingle, which I have to say, I may have had a hand in crafting in some manner.
Yes, you did.
Yes, the cat is, of course. So speaking of cat, you can see the it moves in Death Violet's.
Oh, mine.
Yes.
A little gremlin man.
He's like, what? What?
Yes, you've got this very odd reputation for being a cat girl.
It started off as a small little joke, and then like a couple of people in my chat kind of kept going with it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with it.
Yeah. You did resist for a while. I remember you getting quite upset sometimes when people
a little bit.
To it. Yeah.
A little bit.
And then you really went into it, and then you had the cat night. So.
And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's
go. roll with the punches. No, I love it.
All or nothing.
Yeah.
Isn't it odd that we have a cat girl in you, Midnight, and yet she is the mother of cats over here, is Death Violet's. Self-professed mother of cats.
I am the cat mom.
I have to ask you, Midnight, if you're unable to backdate on some of our episodes so far, you may want to just see the end of last week's podcast, because Death Violets has a cat stroller.
I do.
Oh yes, that's right.
Cute, though.
You should see them with their little. She forced them in. She took pictures of them.
Forced
right?
them in.
Yeah.
They jumped in.
They were like prisoners in there.
Up.
Their eyes said, "Help me, soul." That's...
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Yes, she puts them in a stroller to take them for a walk.
A walk.
A walk.
They loved it. Oh.
We should say it is the 4th of July, by the way, America's birthday. We have an American here with Death Violets, but I'm British, and are you French Canadian, or are you just Canadian?
Yes.
You are French Canadian, because I knew that you speak French, but I never knew what your actual ethnicity is.
So my dad is French, Quebecois, and then my mom is Italian. So
I've learned many French words from you, actually. Plage.
There you go, plage.
Plage.
Thank you, Dad.
Plage. Right. Soleil.
There you go.
Yeah. I can't remember what that means though. I do. I think you said bonjour once. So maybe.
There you go. Maybe.
But I think it's time we actually see some of your yourself in action. For people who are unfamiliar with your streams, we're going to see you in action and see some of these fabulous French words that you know as well.
Oh boy.
So
okay.
Allow me to facilitate that. So oh. Yes, that's correct. No, that isn't correct. No, what have I done? I'm still in that mode. There we go. That's better. I'm learning.
Are you?
I beg your pardon. I should be able to do this. Here we go. And then I can do that. You should be able to see me. We are here on the clips page of @MidnightSun. And we're going to see some of your... yeah, there we go. I can see some of these fabulous moments of yours. I've picked a few out, but notoriously, because there's so many, I have to track them down one by one. Which is, I think, a testament to you that you have so many clips, that you are a meme machine.
We love meme machines.
I think we have to start with this fabulous one, because we know that Numa guy is also the pizza guy, is he not?
It's true.
He is. A fantastic individual and a great streamer in his own right. I think he is actually still live now, but please stay here. And this was a great moment I will never forget. Let's see this.
Sorry. Sorry, we have pizza.
The genuine excitement. Look at that face. Oh, the delivery of pizza.
About pizza.
What was that for your?
Pizza.
Was that for your birthday?
It was for emo night.
It was for emo night. That was it. I remember it was
Yeah.
a special event. Speaking of emo, there's him playing now. Wait. Yes. Yeah, I remember you were surprised by the pizza, and one thing I noticed from that is you're changing hair. And, and you've since I've known you, it's for sure 6 months, I think now. Your actual image has transitioned and changed over time, and I have to say that it's been quite a fantastic thing to see. It's been a fantastic transition. That's what I say. Do you want to keep changing your style up the way you have?
I do. I mean, at the moment, I'm kind of just in this like phase of like, what do I do?
Oh, I feel that. I get that. Yeah, I never know.
And I'm like, do I just dye it like all black again? But then if I dye it black, then I can't bleach it. And if so I'm like, kind of like, I'm just gonna wait till this fades till whatever color it'll be.
Do you do your own hair or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More.
Okay.
So most of the time I dye it, and then you have to be careful. It gets all that bleach, frizz, dryness. I'm like, can't wait. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, I've notoriously got this dream of having Big Potato. Unfortunately, it's not here tonight. But she will watch the VOD. So hey, Big Potato. I want her to braid my mohawk into what I call a murder hawk. So I'll have just these So I'll have just these 1 or 2 braids as a mohawk that just hang down. Because I have an undercut, so it is actually a mohawk. It's just it's very long, and I always keep it swayed to one side. I don't know. I don't know. I want to change it up. I just don't know what to. That's the only thing I could think of is the murder hawk.
Do it.
Yeah, do it. Yeah. I just want her to do it for me, because it would seem so great after pestering her for so long to do it, to actually get her to finally get it. But how the hell am I going to do that? So I believe
do another tutorial.
Yeah. Yes, could do
tutorial
that. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be interesting. That's actually a bloody good idea, actually. Darcington is in my chat right now. It's a pleasure to have you here, Darcington. And you mentioned a clip which I obviously do have lined up, ready to go. It's one I used at SolTheSeeker a couple of times, and it's in my intro video. Get ready for this one.
You got balls, yes I did.
You got balls.
You didn't drop it in your paint or anything, did you?
No. Just fell all over my table.
That was fantastic. The timing on that. I wrote, "You've got balls," and you could just see her reading it. She's like, "Yeah, I've got them." I did have them as they got yeeted out of the box.
There you go.
I'm using the words. I'm learning the words. Thank you. Yes, I'm redeeming myself. Yes, I can use these words. It's a fantastic moment. It's almost like Quick the Fish, isn't it? For you,
it is.
which again was only because of you that I started using Quick. You love Quick the Fish so much.
It was just a meme that kept coming back.
It did. It still comes back. It's in my opening trailer now, constantly. And Boot even changed his name recently to Quick the Fish.
I saw that.
It's crazy. No, it was fantastic. There was one of you. Let's see where it is. Let's talk about your artistic skill. Let's showcase some of that. One of the early ones. A little bit of a lesson here from Midnight.
And then you just have like just drawn Kirby with like I don't know. I wanted red. Okay. Sexy red
Little
shoes.
high heels.
Yeah. And, like fishnet stocking.
Hell yeah.
Sexy Kirby.
I have to say, is that game ever? There.
Always game ever.
Oh dear. We do love Game. Game Ever has been. I tie Game Ever with you so intricately. He has been. Was he there from the very beginning?
I think he came in October. I think
okay.
So. Kind of, yeah, from the very beginning. Yeah.
It's very. Such a fabulous guy, but he's the notorious lurker. He's been plotting for some time to get up enough points so that he can. But hey, there he is. How you doing? Always a pleasure. Yes, he's been probably lurking this whole time, if anything. But yes, He's plotting to redeem all my pun/jokes in one, just by lurking for months on end. And guess what? It's not there anymore. I win.
Yeah. You got it when it was there.
Yeah.
He has perfect timing too.
Too long. Yeah, he has. And he's my only connection to my only true love, Sunflower Chew.
True.
Yeah, it's very true. Very chew. There is one clip we are going to build towards. There is one here. If I can find it. It goes back to something we talked about earlier about talking when you don't have maybe many people in the chat or people not in as active as much. So I actually gave Midnight a tip before this clip we're about to see. If I can find it. Where are you? Obviously these have moved because some people have watched them.
I wish it would go by like time it was made, not by, like, how many people
I would have found it much
Yeah.
easier. It's not here anymore. Ah, there it is. Okay, we've got it. So I gave Midnight a tip. I said, I didn't mention this earlier. Well, I came to YouTube. I went to YouTube and then I went to Twitch. So I was already quite prepared for talking to myself. And the way I do that is by playing games which I can respond to. So when dialogue is expressed, I feel like they're talking to me rather than the character I'm portraying. So I react accordingly, and I still do it on stream quite often than not. So I gave Midnight the tip before this stream of her Call of the Cthulhu to try it, and I believe this is it. So here we are.
That's my whole thing. Okay, so we're not dead, thank God.
What now?
What? I'm just walking. Nothing. God. I'm walking here.
Yes. Shall we enter?
Yeah, geez, fancy meeting you here. Just literally got my head cut off. Thank you very much.
What now?
What? I'm opening the door.
It's just like, just try to
questioning you.
just try to respond to people, Midnight. Try to respond to the characters. It'll help you keep a flow going so you don't get bogged down. So she starts getting real sassy with everyone. I find myself doing it as well. I always end up just going, "Oh, shut up, mate. Oh, what's wrong with you now?" I didn't feel like that would be Midnight's approach too. I just thought she'll be a little bit more nicer and just maybe respond to it, just a little comment here and there. No, she went full force. She was like, "What do you want? Leave me alone." It's fantastic to see.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sunflower chews here. Oh my word. Sorry. I haven't seen them in so long and they've just entered the chat. It's amazing. Hello, Sunflower Cheese. So somebody started turning into SolTheSeeker then. That was a bit weird. Yes, great advice. You took it to heart. You ran with it. And I did enjoy that stream very much. Your attitude is fantastic. Now I'm going to upset you, Midnight.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. We mentioned earlier about the Valentine's stream. If you didn't know what Super Seducer was, Deathites, you're about to, and everyone else, if you're not familiar,
great.
you're about to really
I'm
see what it's
excited.
like. But this moment here was fantastic. I believe me and Game Ever were in the chat just laughing ourselves silly at this fantastic moment what Midnight was confronted with.
Come on, I've got to hit
I want
this.
to open a flower shop. There's a flower shop.
Oh, I'm a girl. I like flowers. What shall I do? Flower shop.
Oh god.
And let me guess, she's gonna have a beauty salon. Oh, I like flowers.
Your flower manners.
What's your flower shop?
Look at the rage.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know
This
between
is
my
genius.
cousins.
You two geniuses are just amazing.
Yeah.
Go away.
Yeah.
Alright,
No.
I'll see you in your flower shop in the
Yeah,
future. And
I
then
don't
come
think
to your
so.
nail salon.
Oh, the eyes then. The eyes then.
Yes. We're gonna have a big
Disbelief. Look at the chat as it on. Oh, I want to knock his block off. Oh dear. Basically, you chose one of the wrong options or whatever.
Yeah,
Just to
yeah, it
experiment.
was, yeah.
And he just started. There was no kind of like lead in on the question. We had no idea what was to come. So when he started mocking the flower shop,
Oh, I got so mad.
I felt it was really awkward. It was so funny as well.
Were you able to like select the flower shop, or was just that like total coincidence?
No, he just said it. He just decided to
That's
say.
so
I don't remember.
funny.
Yeah.
It was a vague response option that ended up with that result.
That's so funny.
Oh, but it was a great night. But midnight was so bad. How dare you? It was almost like a personal attack. Suddenly, it's like, did Sol buy this game knowing? Oh dear. I always wanted to do. I think I ended up posting the Monty Python flower arranging. I was actually going to do that as a moment on Soulfest, where I would do flower arranging and just do the Gumby sketch. But I couldn't bring myself to actually smash some real flowers up. I didn't want to do it. I couldn't bring myself to do it, so I had to say no. I had to scrap that idea. There's one more clip, and we've been building to it, and it's the best clip I've ever taken from anybody. Yeah, that's a lot of hype.
That's a lot of hype.
I do you remember why I asked you about the hippopotamus? Do you remember why it came up? I asked you to say something in French using the words of the day. Was that correct?
I don't remember why though.
Yeah, but I think I might have just pulled the word out of my ass because that's me. But you stumbled a bit. I think we'll let the clip speak for itself. It is by far the best clip I've ever taken. Here we go.
Sending flash, okay. I planted my hippopotamus. I planted my why can't I say it? Hippopotamus. I think it's the way it's written. Oh wow. Tongue twister. I'm gonna say hippopotamus. Jeez. I don't know why I was trying to say it in French with a moose at the end. What the fuck? I planted my hippopotamus in the sandy flash.
And right at the end as well. So what it was, I remember what it was. I remember what it was. So you have a redeem in which I could ask you to say something in a very particular manner, and I had to put the phrase in. So I asked you to use those words of the day, which was it was something like, I took my hippopotamus to the sandy beach or sandy plage. Oh, I'm being raided by the man himself.
Hello,
Numa guy raiding me. Thank you so much, Numa. Thank you for the raid. Yes, fantastic. Well, you've come in at the great moment. Oh, thank you for the follow there, Zuma.
I knew I was great.
I appreciate it very much. Welcome in, everyone. We are in the middle of the Sun-Dried Bunnies podcast with the fantastic, and I'm sure you're familiar with her, @MidnightSun, and of course my co-host, Deaf Violets. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you very much. Appreciate it very much. Yes, so I asked you to say, could you take my hippopotamus to the sandy plage? So you struggled on hippopotamus, but you finally got it out. But I just love how you did actually finish it as well. We could just hear that again.
I planted my hippopotamus in the sandy flash.
But you always do that. You're like, I'm not going to use the French accent, the hippopotamus. I'm going to. But then you finished with the French accent anyway. It's just a perfect.
It just worked.
Yeah.
There's also like a really sudden just vocal change too.
Yeah, very much.
You kind of like had like a cutesy, like soft, gentle voice, and then all of a sudden you were like hippopotamus.
I had to get the word out. It's like.
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. And like I said, I genuinely think that may be the best. It is the best clip I've ever taken of anyone. Hippopotamus. I can't even replicate it well enough. No, absolutely fantastic. But that's actually a great way to get onto our next segment here, because I'm alien to this world, as you know. I am not of the common ilk, whatever that means. I don't know what I'm talking about. No, I beamed down here from my spaceship Soul, which I named after myself because I've got an ego. And I had to learn the English language. And I grew up learning the English language. Of course, Midnight also learned French, but we won't hold that against her. But yeah, I learned English. I even learned some American English. We were saying a few words earlier, like color. That's a great one. Yeah, color.
What?
Color. We say color. You know, we're going to color that. You say
color.
Yeah, I'm going to color that.
Color.
Color. Yeah.
Color.
Color. Yeah,
Okay.
you've got to honor the color. So anyway, I'm learning. But then I come to the internet and suddenly everyone's speaking a different language. I've just managed to learn what emotes are. I've only just started to learn how to use the GIFs in the Discord. Oh, hello. I'm being followed by Elijah. Thank you very much for the follow. Yes, I've only just learned how to learn the GIFs in the Discord. But people actually say words I really don't understand. And when I was when I saw Midnight's Redeem, I got to have her speak in a very particular manner. And one of those words I wish to understand this week is the word uwu.
Yeah, you got so aggressive.
I want to make sure it's phonetically.
One more time.
Uwu.
Uwu.
See, the only time I've ever said woo was when I'm replicating Ric Flair, the famous wrestler. Woo! That's the only thing I can do, right? Sorry for everyone's eardrums. But then everyone's going around going uwu, and I have no idea where it's come from, why people are saying it, and I've got to be honest, I'm quite scared. So even when I redeemed that, I don't know what it was. She just changed her voice and started squeaking at me. You know, it was nice, but terrifying.
That's what your channel point thing is called, is the uwu.
It's like, I think it's Notice Me Senpai, I think. And then the two options are like either like cutesy or I don't remember, either cutesy or like uwu voice. Okay, cutesy voice.
Yeah, I always used to redeem cutesy because I didn't understand what the other one was. So
I guess it's kind of, I want to say it's like, I guess it's kind of this thing, but I'd be saying like, oh, at the end, which is kind of just like, it's an anime meme thing.
It's always an anime thing, isn't it?
Okay, yeah. It's basically, it's like like almost like the Japanese anime version of winking, like that flirting wink you do at somebody, but it's vocal.
Oh, maybe.
So when you say like, oh, ooh, ooh, like to somebody, it's more of like, you're trying to be tee-hee, like I'm being cute. Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear. What is happening to the world? Right, so it was a wink, and the first thing I thought of was, I'll just do the wink, which is. Oh no, that looked weird. Ooh. No, that looked like I had a twitch. I am on Twitch. Hello. No, I'll try and do a seductive one. I'll do a turn with it.
Ooh.
Like that, okay. How's that? Is that all right? I don't know. Did I blink or did I wink? I don't know.
I think you blinked.
I think I blinked. Everything went dark for a second. All right, I don't think I could be a super seducer at the very least with that kind of power. So maybe I should now just do this. Ooh woo. Maybe I should just
do like a more like gentle, high-pitched, feminine, cutesy voice.
Okay, feminine, go Solita. Hello, dears. Okay, let's go high-pitched. Hello, dears. Let's go really high-pitched though. Really, hello. Ooh.
There you go.
Is that it?
You're learning.
I'm learning. And you, every time that did it, she did this. What's this about?
Yeah.
What's this about? Didn't A. Arnold used to do that? Was it A. Arnold? Was it A. Arnold that used to do that?
Was it AI?
I remember a cartoon
didn't
character
know.
always used to do that. Does anyone know what that was? I can't remember. Like, it was, I just
Like
remember
I'm shy or nervous, and
Yeah.
like a
okay.
tick kind of thing. Like
Ooh. Oh, no. Can I just go back to blinking at people?
yeah, there you go. You go blink at people.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't.
It was more for like cutesy cat girls than anime.
Wait a minute, if I can't wink and all I'm doing is blinking, that might be why when I winked at that girl, she called an ambulance for me.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It was alright, so I didn't have a ride home, so it was alright. I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, I've learned something today, and I've learned that I can really not wink correctly, and the world has gone mad. And speaking of the mad world that we live in, I can't think of any world madder than the world that exists inside the mind of the devilish Death Violets. What have you got for me this week, Death Violets, in that madcap mind of yours?
This week was a little bit of a hard time for me to figure out what we were going to talk about. But then yesterday, I had a conversation at dinner with Noda. And okay, pre-context, I absolutely hate pickles. I like pickles on your sandwich and stuff. Disgusting. Do not like pickles. They smell disgusting. They taste nasty. I don't like the texture of them. No, I don't like pickles. Okay. He bought a sandwich, and have you seen those giant bag pickles? Do you know how about like the pickles like this big?
Oh,
and it's like in a
right.
bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. He bought one of those, and he was eating it, and I could like, mind you, I don't have a strong sense of smell, but I could smell it, and I was like, totally like disgusted. Like it was gross. I could hear him chewing it. It really put me off. But then he bet me $100 to eat a piece of it.
Just a one piece?
Yeah, just one bite. One
Okay.
big raw bite.
Oh dear.
So I sure as hell fucking ate a bite of this nasty ass pickle. I got $100.
Everybody's got a price, haven't they? Death Violence is $100. I'll eat that. That's.
I'm not gonna die. This wasn't very good. So I just ordered a bunch of stuff on Amazon.
Is Noda stupid? What is the matter? Why 100? Why didn't he go in early? Why didn't he why didn't he say 10? And you go, no, not 10.
I don't think he thought I was gonna do it. I don't think he thought I was gonna do it. Usually he sets the prices higher whenever he thinks I'm not gonna do something.
Oh, so this is not the first time?
No, I mean it's the first time with the pickle thing, but we do bets all the time.
Oh, interesting. Wait, do you bet him to do stuff as well?
Occasionally. Not necessarily like that. So like the other night, like I set the oven to like 425 and it hadn't beeped yet. And he got up and went to look at it because he's always terrified I'm going to burn the house down with the oven.
To be fair to you,
so he went to go look at the...
Granted.
He went to go check the oven and it said 425, but the sensor hadn't beeped yet. Okay. So he was like, oh, it says 425. Mind you, he always lies, like jokingly, like being funny lies to me. So I was like, no, it doesn't. You're just trying to get me to get off the couch to go check the oven or whatever. And he's like, no. And he gave me this like shit-eating grin, like he's lying. And I was like, all right, I'll bet you like, I think it was like $10 that it's not preheated. Like, so like little shit like that we do all the time.
You've got no money.
No.
You're a bum. We go around throwing your cash around. Well, you've got money now. You've got 100, haven't you? So actually,
I do.
As long as you win more than you lose, you're actually.
I guess I'm in debt.
Uh-oh.
Damn, I really added myself right now, didn't I?
Damn, sorry.
Damn it! I'm digging a hole. Oh, fuck. Maybe Noda won't be watching. Maybe we'll.
Tell you what you need to do. What you need to do is you need to keep reminding him that you hate certain things that you don't actually hate. Then get him to bet you that you'll actually do them. And then
I convinced him for like a year, like the first year of our relationship, that I was not ticklish.
Oh.
I was really proud of myself for that. And of course, now when we talk to him about it, he's like, "No, I always knew," and blah blah. I'm like, "No, he had no clue. He had no clue. I went a year without being tickled."
Midnight, have you got any of these kind of little ritual things between you and Numa? Do you do anything similar? Do you prank each other at all or anything like that?
Pranks, not so much. I mean, maybe I might go up and poke him. He'll be like, "Don't poke me!" But
I tickle
that though.
Or
I
just like don't touch kind of thing.
Yeah, and kind of, and like you know when like you stretch and you poke the sides, and it's just like don't do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
that kind of thing. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
I'm surprised he doesn't go around just buffering you up with the shark of his, just constantly coming in and whacking you with a derpy shark.
No.
Just, and then you go along and just hit him. You know, like a scene in 40 Towers where this is my frame of reference, where Basil 40 comes in and starts smashing the car with a branch. You're trying to get it to work. I just see you coming at him maybe on stream with just a bunch of flowers just smacking.
Usually it's like maybe like the cat paw when it like at midnight hand is redeemed. I'm just like in your face.
Yes, because we mentioned the cat thing before. You dress up. You've got the ears. You've got paws now.
Love it. I think it's so cute.
Only a matter of time before we start seeing a tail start moving in the background.
People have asked me, I'm like, but you won't even see it. You won't see it.
I think you could tie it to the back of your chair and just like kind of have it on a pivot, so it just kind of just swings by. You know, like one of those clocks that you always see with the eyes move and the tail wags underneath.
Oh yeah.
Sort of trying to get that in reverse going. Yeah, that'd be quite cool. Yeah. Thank you, Numa, for allowing us to take the screen. By the way. appreciate the back in there. Very nicely framed. We appreciate that very much. Midnight, you've been a fantastic guest this week. Where can people find you? Give them all the details of where you are, because people love you and they're going to want to see you on this, and they're going to want to follow you everywhere. So where are you?
I'm on Twitch at AtMidnightSun.
Fair enough. There we go.
That's pretty much it.
You also in the Discord. You have a Treeward. Is that how?
Yes.
Treeward, a fantastic place.
Yeah.
I should say that my Discord itself, the cesspit. Actually, when we got together with Potato and Delta, we sat down and we said we're going to be a little trifecta in the Discord. We went, what, like the Treeward? I went, bugger, they've done it. We just realised why we're doing it. Oh no. So we had to kind of, we were like, okay, we'll just downplay that a bit, yeah. But you're very much the influence on me as a streamer in every avenue. Like I say, it's through osmosis. It's people like you that it's one of the reasons I want you on here, because I owe so much to you, and I thank you so much for joining us tonight on the Sun-Dried Bunnies Podcast.
I do really quick. My chat does have a question.
Oh, absolutely. If there are any questions, feel free. This is the time to do it before we wrap up. Absolutely.
Mango would like to know.
Yes.
How would you describe your high school experience or journey?
Okay. You mean so like how I went through high school? Like what did I do? Like
did you like high school? Did you not like high school?
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, I was I've pretty much always been like an emo kid throughout high school. I kind of like chilling with like the people who did like music and stuff like that at the time. It was all right. I mean, you know, we've had people that like bullied us and bullied me and whatever.
You know.
But you know, you get through it, and it was all right. I think it was all right. I would say.
Fantastic. You know, it's one of those things where you do grow stronger from those kind of things. You build up some resilience. It does build character, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily right or should be happening. It's one of those double-edged swords, isn't it? It's just don't be the one doing the bullying.
Yeah, I know.
Just never do that. Simple as that. So I think it's time to reveal who will be joining us next week Death Violence. It's someone I love very much, and I think everyone in the community does know them, even if they don't know him as a streamer, because he's notorious for appearing in everyone's streams. Would you like to tell them who will be joining us next week, Death Violence? Meatloaf will be here. That's right, the famous singer. He said to us he would be here like a bat out of hell. Sorry. No, it's not that Meatloaf. No. Sorry, no, it's Scottish Meatloaf. Oh.
Sorry.
I've just been told in my ear that the real Meatloaf said, I will do anything for Twitch, but I would not do that.
Damn.
So that's
Fuck this podcast.
Yeah. That's a real shame. But you know what? We're going to get Scottish Meatloaf on here. You may know him in the chats for his puns and his riddles and his interesting facts about his home state. We're going to hear all about it next week. It's going to be fantastic. Meatloaf will be here on the Sun-Dried Bunnies podcast. Midnight at @MidnightSun. Thank you so much for being here and joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Death Violence, as always, for being your usual crazy self. Can I see the big can?
I'm here for.
Can I see the big can one more time?
Oh my god!
Look at
What
the
is
size
up
of this
with you and
can.
my can?
Look how big it is compared to her head.
Arizona tea.
Look, it's bigger than her head. It's one big can.
Nothing wrong.
You can do it.
It'll probably last me at least half the stream.
Yeah. Oh, nice. And of course,
Good.
that's
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
because we, the Death Violence are both streaming right now on both sides. You can see us through the multi-stream, and we're going to continue our streams. Of course, Death Violence will be joined by the boys, and we'll be playing some Minecraft. And I myself, in honour of @MidnightSun, I'm about to delve once again after 7 years into the world of Outlast.
Oh boy.
But thank you very much for everyone joining us. There'll be just a short interval for me, and then I'll be back. But hopefully you'll tune in next week, same time, same place, both our streams next Sunday with Meatloaf.
Fuck you guys.
Oh, I think someone just redeemed the... Thanks, Harley, but when you we gave you a shout out, BV, but fuck you guys, I love this shirt started playing over the top. I have a little video link now. The DV shows up and just flips everyone off. It just played randomly. I was like, why am I hearing you in my ear? No, fantastic. This episode, by the way,
you picked at me.
I know. I was so surprised by your reaction to my comment about your shirt. But no, this episode will go up on YouTube, and you will find it across the Discords and all the links as usual, in case anyone who didn't see it for the whole thing and would like to see it. Speaking of which, before we go, Midnight, you have your own podcast, do you not?
Oh yes. It's not as frequent, but it's called Rethink That Podcast, and it's on what's it called? Spotify.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I love it very much. One of the early adopters, and very much like supporting you in all your work, regardless. But it's even better the fact that it's fantastic in of itself. Your last episode, the third episode, was specifically something I enjoyed listening to very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We'll see you next week once again. So, farewell. Au revoir. Farewell.